come here to the Calder Valley near Hebden Bridge in Yorkshire in the UK, and I've come for a sort of research trip really to looking at the land and how the land holds the stories of the people that have lived here or did live here centuries ago, and see how the landscapes evolved over time into something new, but the traces are still here. We arrived yesterday and we went up to a wonderful historic site called Abel Cross, and we climbed quite a steep hill to get there. It was quite the walk. It was lovely, it was really beautiful, but the weather was atrocious. By the time we got to the top, the wind was howling and the rain was sheeting it down. I tried to get some footage and do some talking to you about what we were doing there, but it was pretty impossible. I mean, we had a lovely time up there. It was wild and wonderful, and that sort of weather certainly makes you feel alive, but not very good for filming. So for a mad research and development trip in the UK, we've got waterproof everything, which means hopefully it'll only be the landscape that'll be brooding and moody, and not me. So today it's a drier day. I mean, we're still January in the UK, so it's, you know, we've got a white sky, but it's still beautiful here. I've come today to Gibson Mill, which is another historic landmark now, and it's set in the Hebden Water Valley. And as I'm sitting here in this ancient forest, I think of all the people from centuries ago that maybe have sat here too and walked along these lands. And it makes me think about how it still shows all the stories of the people and our ancestors that have come before us. The stories of the land, how it's been shaped by industry and shaped over time, and how it's still evolving. That's a really lovely thought. Is how it's how nature, it's constantly moving forwards, but also bearing witness to what has gone before. So I'm sitting here in front of one of the crags here. Kind of all rock, it goes up quite a long way. It's all rock that's shifted over time, and it's just this woodland is ancient, and it's just so peaceful and lovely. And what's really gorgeous is, because we're in a valley here, the land and the woodland sort of rises up either side, and it just feels like just a wonderful land hug. This is all bringing out the proper hippie in me. If ever there was a place you wanted to dance barefoot in the woods, this would be it. Look at all the beautiful life thriving on this dead tree stump. The landscape keeps evolving, transforming, moving forward and thriving. Right, this is the last morning. We're going to be here. We're going to head home this afternoon. But we've come up to the reservoir here above Hebden Bridge. It's wild again. So we've sort of come up to do some atmospheric shots. I mean, it is atmospheric. So although this is super foggy and you can't really see very much, I feel like it makes it feel really mystical and magical. It's really quiet. Just the sound of some water over there. There's literally no one else here. And just the landscape sort of is emerging out of the fog as I'm walking through it. It's like you can't see it coming, and then suddenly you're here. Like I've just found this little, we've just come off the track and over a wall and found this little area here where there's like a boggy bit down there and lots of kind of crumbling walls, a beautiful stone, and it's just so quiet.